Hello Sonia, you are in the program discussion of spiritual knowledge. Let us start program and know the views of Jagat Guru Tattvadarshi Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj versus the views of respected Saint Mahamantleshwar Swami Gyananand Ji. Maharaj Ji, who is your respected deity?
Our respected deity is protagonist of infinite universe, Guru of whole world, God Shri Krishna. God Shri Krishna is the complete incarnation. Krishnastu God himself. God is Shri Krishna.
Guruji is Shri Krishna Ji, Lord Vishnu's form.
As far as it is about Krishna Ji and God Vishnu, if we consider God Vishnu in Narayan form, then there God Krishna is the incarnation of Narayan. In that form, there is uniformity. There is no known difference in the two.
Your Majesty, I would like to know, do Brahma Ji, Vishnu Ji, Mahesh Ji take birth and die?
We cannot use the words like birth and death, but this is certain that their age is for sure somewhat limited. When we take him in Trinity, then somewhere their age has a limit. Brahmaji comes in every era, in every creation of the universe. He creates, and during every destruction, these deities merge in the vast divine God. Therefore, birth and death words are inappropriate. Heaven and the situation of uniformity after that to merge in that divine God does happen.
Your Majesty, we have heard that Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh also worship someone else.
Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh manage the universe, or in other words, they are the doer, sustainer and destroyer. They are themselves, and because God is root, therefore Brahma, Vishnu and Shiv also worship that God.
These were Swami Gyananand Ji's views.
Let us know the views of respected ISKCON's Chief Mahamandas Ji.
Who is your respected deity?
Our respected deity is God Shri Krishna. We have been worshipping him for innumerable births so that his grace befall on all of us at the end time. When it is time to leave our body, thus singing God's glory, remembering him, we shall enter his abode and get the ultimate salvation. Hare Krishna.
I would like to know if Shri Krishna is Lord Vishnu's form. Is this true?
It is like if you read the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, then you will know that Krishnastu is God himself. All incarnations are the incarnations of Shri Krishna himself. So Vishnu, Brahma, Mahesh are the quality incarnation of God Krishna. That is, the representative of Rajogun is Brahma Ji. He creates the universe and builds it, and the representative of Satagun is God Vishnu, who sustains, and the representative of Tamagun is God Shankar, who destroys the creation. But all these three gods are representatives of Shri Krishna. As I told you, that these are quality incarnations. In Satagun form, God Vishnu preserves the entire universe. He sustains. And in Rajagun form, Brahma Ji creates the universe and sustains it and fosters it. And God Shankar destroys as the representative of Tamagun form.
Do you mean to say that Brahma Ji, Vishnu Ji and Shiv Ji are Shri Krishna Ji's incarnations?
True, this is correct, yes.
Okay. Your Highness, I would like to know if Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh also die.
All these are specific idols. The Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar. Brahma dies, he has a specific lifetime.
You mean to say that God, be it Brahma Ji, Vishnu Ji or Mahesh Ji, their death is possible?
No. Vishnu does not die. And Shankar is also immortal. The one who represents Brahma amongst these three qualities, his tenure according to the Shastras is fixed.
Do Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh also worship some other respected deity?
All these three gods worship Sri Krishna.
These were respected ISKCON's chief Mahamad Ji's views. Come, let us know the views of Jagat Guru Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj.
दंडवतम गोविंद गुरु बंधु अविजन सोए पहले भये प्रणाम तिन नमो जो आगे होए.
These Krishna's devotees, these fake teachers, worshippers of Krishna Ji, are confusing the society. They think this Sri Krishna is the ultimate element. The question is asked from them that are Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh mortal? We cannot say about the birth and death of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, but after heaven they merge in the complete God, and after heaven they again come back. Then the question is asked, whom do Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh worship? They say they worship that complete God. Well, when Vishnu worships the complete God, then how can he be the protagonist of infinite universes? And they talk rubbish in chapter 4, verse 34. They are talking nonsense that Krishna is the element is God, Krishna is eternal, element is eternal. God says, Shatdal ua bai bakda. They talk nonsense. They do not have any knowledge. They are confusing and ruining the whole human society. Father of all, Supreme God, complete Brahma, Paramakshar Brahma, the creator of whole universe, Lord of lineage, Kabir Sahib with Kabir God's unbound grace. This great opportunity is blessed upon us to listen to this true spiritual knowledge. Pious souls, we are suffering from a deadly disease. That disease is of birth and death. And no one is spared from this illness who is residing in these 21 universes. Even Brahma Ji, Vishnu Ji, Shiv Ji, whom we have been considering supreme powers based on folklore, they are also suffering from this disease of birth and death. This long illness is as it is to them also. Pious souls, especially pious Hindu religion's devotees, have become dependent on Sri Brahma Ji, Sri Vishnu Ji, Sri Shiv Ji because of these ignorant saints who narrate folklores that Brahma Ji, Vishnu Ji, Shiv Ji are immortal. They do not have birth and death. They are superior gods and Maheshwar. This is wrong. Their birth and death happen. They also are suffering from this long disease. I will give you evidence. Pious souls, this is a quinine medicine type spiritual knowledge, and kids spit it immediately if kept on the tongue. So what is done for that? Some sugar powder is mixed with quinine and the kid is made to swallow that. Then the quinine medicine works after it goes inside. Now some sugar powder will be given to you because what the servant has said that Brahma Ji, Vishnu Ji, Shiv Ji are mortal. Their birth and death happen. They are also suffering from this disease, so this is quinine. Now some sugar powder will be given. Some sugar will be given to you and this quinine will be easily swallowed with sugar. This exists in those holy scriptures which are acceptable to pious Hindu religion, means in God's biography. Look Srimad Devi Bhagvat with pictures, bold type in Hindi. This has been published from Gita Press, Gorakhpur. Who is its editor? Hanuman Prasad Poddar, Chimanlal Goswami. Publisher and printer is Gita Press, Gorakhpur, Govind Bhavan Office, Institute of Kolkata. See on its 123rd page, a lot will be clear from this pious holy scriptures reference. Third part, Shri Devi Bhagvat. Now hear what is Vishnuji saying while praising her mother. Durga means Ashtangi. You are a pure figure. This whole world is arising from you only. I, Brahma and Shankar, we all exist by your grace. We have births and deaths. Our Avirbhav means birth and Tirobhav means death happens. Only you are eternal. You are the universal mother, nature and eternal goddess. Remember this word Prakriti. Durga is also called Prakriti. This Prakriti word in Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ji, chapter number 14, verse number 3, 4 and 5. For this Durga, born from Prakriti, are three qualities: Rajgun Brahma, Gun Vishnu, Tamgun Shivji. So here this is clear that Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar mean Shivji. Their birth and death happens. God Shankar said, Goddess, if the greatly fortunate Vishnu is born from you, then Brahma, who was born after him, must also be your son only. Means with this it is proved that they are born from Durga. And I, who does destruction duty, Shankar is also your child. That is, you only have produced me. Shive, you are very wise in the creation of whole world. Your powers are always present in world's creation, preservation and destruction. Born of these three qualities, we, means Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar, remain devoted to work according to the duties. Three qualities: Rajogun, Satogun, Tamgun. This is also proved. Rajgun is Brahma Ji, Satgun is Vishnu Ji, Tamgun is Shankar Ji. In our holy scriptures, which are God's biography, it is made clear in that biography that they are mortals. They themselves accept that our birth and death happen. We are not eternal. Now, who is their father? Because mother's concept is clear. Now, who is the father of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiv? This is Kal form Brahma. I will clear this concept also. Look, here Sri Shiv Puran. This has been published from Gita Press, Gorakhpur, concise Sri Shiv Puran with pictures, bold font in Hindi. Editor is Hanuman Prasad Poddar, publisher and printer is Gita Press, Gorakhpur, Govind Bhavan Office, Institute of Kolkata. We will read from its 98th page. This is Rudra Samhita on page 98 of concise Sri Shiv Puran. See here below. Listening to his son Narad, the father of all Brahma, said, 5th chapter of Rudra Samhita ends here in the 6th chapter. Brahmaji said, Brahman, superior amongst the deities, you are always engaged in favor of the perpetual world. You have asked this great question for the benefit of people. At the time when entire living and non-living world was destroyed, it was only dark everywhere. At that time, Tat Sad Brahma. At that time, only Tat Sad Brahma, remained. This you read on page 99. Now on the 100th page we will see. This is 100th page. That Parabrahma regarding whom through correct and incorrect knowledge means false truth. Brahmaji is their greatest orator in this universe. And what is Brahmaji saying? That Parabrahma regarding whom the following options are presented through correct and incorrect knowledge. This means some truth, some false. He expressed desire to multiply after some time. In him arose a resolution to become more than one. Then that formless God imagined a figure, form, for himself with his divine power. This Kal says that I do not come in front of anyone in my actual form. I remain hidden with my supernatural powers. This is my firm, cheap rule. So what does he do? He appears to someone in Brahma's form, to someone in Vishnu's form, to someone in Shiva's form. Look here. God, Sadashiv, is the form of that formless Parabrahma. Ancient and modern scholars call him God. At that time, the one living alone, roaming on his own will, that Sadashiv, he himself created a figure with similar features from his own body, named Shakti, who was inseparable from his body. That Parashakti is called Pradhan, head, Prakriti, nature, Gunavati, genius, Maya, illusion, the mother of wisdom, and free from disorder. Durga came out from Kal's body. Brahmaji had heard this from God Kabir. Brahmaji is telling some true knowledge and some false by adding on his own. We will correct this from the actual knowledge from God Kabir's speech. That power is called Ambika. She is Prakriti. Durga is also called Prakriti. Remember this. Supreme goddess of all, mother of three gods, Brahmaji, Vishnuji, Shivji's mother, the creator mother. Eternal and is also known as the root. The Shakti created by Sadashiv has 8 arms. This is clear. This is Ashtangi. This is Durga. She is the mother of these 3 gods, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. See next, various types of ornaments increase the beauty of her body parts. That goddess is endowed with various powers and holds various weapons. Hence proved, this Durga came out from Kal's body. Despite being single, that Maya, illusion, acquires many forms when required. That Sadashiv, this Kal form Sadashiv, who is separate from Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, is known as Parampurush, God, Shiv, Shambhu and Maheshwar. These are Brahmaji's thoughts. This is Brahmaji's knowledge. Remember this. Now on 101st page, look here. We are discussing about Kal form Brahma. That Sadashiv, he is called Parampurush, God, Shiv, Shambhu and Maheshwar. We have come on 101st page. He completely smears ash on all his body parts. That Kal form Brahma, call him Kal form Brahma, call Ksharpurush, call him Brahma. This Sadashiv means appearing in the form of Shiv. Information about creation of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh is being discussed here. That Kal form Brahma means who gave the knowledge of Gita. This is Kal form Brahma. He spoke it after entering Sri Krishna Ji's body. Once along with Shakti means along with Durga, built an area named Shivlok. That great place is called Kashi. That loved and beloved form Shakti and Shiv in the form of husband and wife. Shakti and Shiv Durga and the Skal form Brahma, which is the ultimate form, reside in that beautiful place. Look further. Sage of the deities at one time, while sharing an intimate relationship in the paradise, Shiva and Shiv had a desire in mind, Durga and Kal's mind, the Skal form Brahma. Here, Shiva is said because he keeps his wife in Parvati form when he himself is in Shiv form. A desire arose in mind of Shiva and Shiv that another male should also be created, means we should have child to whom the great burden of regulation of universe could be assigned, so that we both can roam at our will and shall attain eternal bliss while living in Kashi. Deciding this along with Shakti, the universal Lord Shiv rubbed nectar on the 10th part of his left side. Then from there appeared a male entity. Pious souls, here this is made clear that they lived like husband-wife. From that appeared a male entity, that is a son was born. Look, we will read on 102nd page. Shiv said, child, to the son who was born, this Kal says, call him Sadashiv, call him Kal form Brahma because he has appeared. He is standing in Shiv form, son, being all-embracing, your name will be famous as Vishnu. Hence proved Vishnu ji's mother, father is Durga and Kal form Brahma. And similarly, see here, Brahma ji says, Chapter 6 ended here of Rudra Samhita. In 7th, Brahmaji is telling about his creation. Brahmaji says, God of deities, after that the merciful God Sambh Sadashiv, by sharing an intimate relationship, means by uniting like both created Vishnu, created me from his right side. Pious souls, this is clear that mother, father of Sri Brahmaji, Sri Vishnuji is this Sadashiv form, means Kal form Brahma, call him Sadashiv, call Shiva or call Durga or Prakriti. This Durga is their mother and this Kal is their father. Now here the translator did a mistake in Hindi translation. This is written absolutely correct in Sanskrit. But how to tell creation of Shivji from Shivji? His mind could not understand, therefore he did wrong translation. God says, Chor churave tumbadi, wo gadde pani mein, wo gadde wo upar aave, no sachai chhani ne. They tried their best to hide the truth, but they could not destroy the truth. You've got to read this, that Sri Brahmaji, Sri Vishnuji's mother father is Prakriti, means Durga is the mother, and Kal form Brahma is their father. Here this translator got confused and did not explain God Shivji's creation, but the truths cannot be hidden. Look in 9th chapter on page 110. He is different from these three. Who is their father? See this. Concise Shiv Puran. On 110th page, this is 9th chapter of Rudra Samhita. This is Rudra Samhita going on. This is 9th chapter. In this way, Brahma, Vishnu and Rudra, these three gods have qualities. But Shiv has been considered to be beyond qualities. These three gods have qualities, but Shiv has been considered to be beyond qualities. This is Kal form Brahma, call him Brahma or call him Kal form Brahma or call him Kshar Purush. He is the father of Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv. Now I will clear this concept further. In pious Shiv Puran, this is clear that Brahma Ji, Vishnu Ji and Shiv Ji have birth and death. And the same evidence is given in Srimad Devi Bhagvat, means in Shakti Puran, that Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh are mortal. Durga is their mother. Now let's clear the concept that there is one Brahm separate from Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, who is their father. See this. Vishnu Puran will also support this. Look at this. Sri Vishnu Puran, which is supporting this fact. This has been published from Gita Press, Gorakhpur. The translator is Sri Munilal Gupt. In this there is one more speciality. This has been published from Gita Press, Gorakhpur on 102nd page. I will show you first part, chapter number 22, and on 102nd page, look at this, and in verse number 58, Sanskrit is also written with Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv, Brahm Pradhana, Brahm Shaktya. Below that, deities, below that, Daksh, etc. Look here, it's Hindi here. It is, O Brahman, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiv are Brahm's principal powers. This is clear. He is separate from Brahma, Vishnu and Shiv, this Brahm, Kal form Brahm. Only this concept we had to clear from here. Pious souls, one word, one sentence, one statement that the slave had said, that Sri Brahma Ji, Sri Vishnu Ji, Sri Shiv Ji also have birth and death. They are also suffering from this long disease. So that was quinine medicine. Now to swallow this little quinine into mouth, a lot of sugar is given. You anyways are eating sugar. You are reading these scriptures and you agree to them. These are good and are true. In this way, this quinine will destroy your ignorance by going inside. This is true spiritual knowledge, which is Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ji, chapter number 4, verse number 34, is said that true spiritual knowledge, which is told in Gita Ji chapter 4, verse 32 in Sachidanand Ghan Brahm's speech, Brahmane Mukhe. It is written in Sanskrit. In Brahmane Mukhe, Brahmane means Sachidanand Ghan Brahm, means Paramakshar Brahm, complete God, from his mouth. The speech pronounced from his mouth. The special detail is told in that Sachidanand Ghan Brahm speech, spiritual knowledge, information about various spiritual sacrifices is given. In chapter 4, verse 34, it is said, go and understand that true spiritual knowledge from an enlightened saint. By prostrating to them, by humbly asking question, that true spiritual leader will give you the knowledge of divine element that is part from the knowledge giver of Gita, about whom in Gita Ji, chapter number 18, verse number 62, it is said that Arjun, by all means you go in the refuge of that God. With his grace only you will attain supreme peace and Sanatan eternal abode. Means you will go to Satlok. Satlok means Sanatan place. Sanatan, ultimate abode, which is everlasting, which never destroys. That Satlok, we call that Satlok in saint language, which is the eternal place. Call it Sanatan, ultimate abode, call it eternal region. So there the soul goes. This is that true spiritual knowledge which will destroy ignorance after going inside us. After the destruction of ignorance, we will accept true spiritual knowledge. The long illness of our birth and death will finish with this true spiritual knowledge. This is clarified in Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ji, chapter number 15 verse number 1 till 4, the identity of that enlightened saint is told. The upside down hanging world-like tree. Upside are roots, upward the root is the Almighty, means the original form God is Paramakshar Brahm, and below are three branches that represent three qualities: Rajgun Brahmaji, Satgun Vishnuji, Tamgun Shivji. That enlightened saint provides information of this entire world-like tree. From roots till stem, branches and leaves, he tells about all its departments. All the divisions means separate divisions, tells all the departments. Then he knows Vedas. He is an enlightened saint. He is familiar with the meaning of the Vedas. He knows it all. Then it is told, when he is found and you have received true spiritual knowledge from that spiritual leader, in Gita Ji chapter number 15 verse 3-4, it is said that after that, it is said, Asankhyayaha Shastrain, means by that spiritual knowledge form weapon by cutting this complicated puzzle of ignorance, by chopping from this weapon of true spiritual knowledge, means by understanding, by untangling. After that, God's ultimate abode should be searched, going where the soul never comes back to this world. Means after worshipping that complete God, the long disease of birth and death will finish forever by going there. Till now you have heard that Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh are mortal. Their father is Brahm, and this Brahm is providing Gita's knowledge from within Sri Krishna Ji, who is saying in chapter 8 verse 13, Arjun, Om iti ekaksharam Brahma vyaharan mam anusamran ye prayati tajam deham sayati paramam gatim. Of me Brahma, mam Brahma, my Brahms is only one mantra of one word. This is one Om mantra. One who chants this, ye prayati tajam deham, and leaves the body, sayati paramam gatim, he obtains all benefits from Om mantra. In Gita Ji chapter number 8 verse number 16, it is said that Arjun, after the attainment of Brahmalok by chanting Om mantra, Brahmalok is attained. And even after attainment of Brahmalok, all souls are in recurrence. Creatures reaching there receive birth and death. Again, they take birth and die. After their good deeds finish, they suffer on earth in life forms of other creatures. So, Brahm's worship also does not provide complete salvation. Chanting of Om mantra also does not provide complete salvation. Our holy scriptures have proved this. Now, along with this, one more concept I will clear, that chanting Om mantra is worship of Brahma. This is Brahma's mantra, Om mantra, and what is attained with it. I will show you Sri Devi Puran. Look this. Srimad Devi Bhagvat. This has been published from Gita Press, Gorakhpur. Editor is Hanuman Prasad Poddar, Chimanlal Goswami. Publisher and printer is Gita Press, Gorakhpur, Govind Bhavan Office, Institute of Kolkata. Now on its 562nd page, I will show you. This is 7th part of concise Devi Bhagvat. On 562nd page, here Durga, goddess, is telling to mountain, knowledge impart by goddess to the mountain, and description of the Brahma form. Sri Devi said, King of mountains, what is the form of that Brahma? This is told about Brahma. The illuminated form located close to each one in their heart, popular with the name Guhachar, which is the superior position, means that is ultimate attainment. Come here. Now see this, we are reading on page 563. This is 7th part only. We come here. Now Goddess is saying, consider one supreme God only. Durga says, leave everything else, means she says to leave her worship also, and says, do not worship me as well. Worship only that Brahm. Only this form is the bridge for the attainment of God. This is the vehicle to cross this world to attain the Supreme God. Look here. Means the soul should do meditation of this God by chanting Om. Means chant Om. With this, beyond all ignorance from all darkness, you will attain that Brahma who is across this world like ocean. May your welfare be done. With this it is proved Om mantra is of Brahma. Where will we go with this worship? We will attain this Brahma. And where does this Brahma reside? Look at this. This, the soul of all, Brahma, resides in Brahmalok. He is situated in the divine sky. He is in Brahmalok. By chanting Om, Brahmalok will be attained. This is Brahma's mantra. And this same Brahm is speaking Srimad Bhagavat, Gita's knowledge by entering Sri Krishna Ji's body like a ghost. He is saying in chapter 8, verse number 13 that Om iti ekaksharam Brahma vyaharan mamanusamran ye prayati tajam deham sayati paramam gatim. Mam Brahm, my Brahms, is only one mantra. Who chants this ye prayati tajam deham and leaves the body, sayati paramam gatim, the benefit which has to be obtained, that last benefit, that maximum benefit will be obtained from this Om. This is called the ultimate benefit of Brahma's level. And where does the soul go? It reaches in Brahmalok where this Kal resides, Brahm resides. In Gita Ji chapter number 8 verse number 16, this is made clear that after attaining Brahmalok also all souls are in recurrence. Those who have reached there also come back in birth and death. This long disease did not finish by worshipping Brahma and chanting Om mantra by his meditation. Pious souls, this is true spiritual knowledge of God Kabir. This is his eternal speech. In Gita Ji chapter number 4 verse 32, it is written from the mouth of Brahma, which means Satchidanand Ghan Brahma's nectar speech, the knowledge spoken from his mouth. God himself says regarding that,
और ज्ञान सब ज्ञानड़ी कबीर ज्ञान सो ज्ञान जैसे गोला तोब का अब करता चलो मैदान.
Kabir God's speech, this true spiritual knowledge is a cannonball. You educated, scriptures are with us. The ignorance formed darkness will be easily destroyed with this cannonball. Cannonball evens the field regardless they may be forts. Similarly, these fake saints and sages have made these ignorance form forts all around us. These are all created by them. They have told folklores. Now all these will collapse with this true spiritual knowledge and we will be free. Our birth and death disease will be cured. Brahm is also mortal. The knowledge giver of Gita, this Brahm is speaking by entering Sri Krishna. This is Kal, he is mortal. Now here some more concepts will be cleared, like in Gita Ji chapter number 4 verse number 5 and 9, Gita Ji chapter number 2 verse number 12, Gita Ji chapter number 10 verse number 2. The knowledge giver of Gita Brahm says, Arjun, you and I have had several births. You do not know and I know. Do not think all these soldiers, these emperors were not there before. You were also there, I was also there. And further also our birth and death will continue. In Gita Ji chapter number 2 verse number 17 it is said that know that indestructible whom no one can kill and who has created the whole universe, who is the creator of all. In Gita Ji chapter number 10 verse number 2 it is said that about my creation. This knowledge giver of Gita in his actual form, this Kal, call him Brahm, call him Kshar Purush, call him Jyot Swarupi Niranjan, call him Kal. In chapter 11 verse 32 he says, I am Kal and this is my form. So the knowledge giver of Gita in chapter number 10 verse number 2 is saying, neither these deities know nor these sages are familiar about my creation, and not even these saints, because all these Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh fall under deity category. All these have originated from me only. Therefore, they do not know regarding my creation, my birth. With this, it is proved that there is birth of this knowledge giver of Gita, that is Brahm, Kshar Purush. Birth is there. But like a son cannot know about his father's birth, a daughter cannot know, means the children cannot know. But the grandfather can tell. His father can tell even his date of birth. So, the grandfather of all means supreme, our creator, Paramakshar Brahm Kabir Dev Ji has told the creation of all these. He has told this Kal's creation also. In Gita Ji chapter number 5 verse number 9, this Kal says that my birth and deeds are superhuman. Now how are his deeds supernatural and how are his births superhuman? I will tell you. I will show you how his deeds are superhuman. Like Sri Krishna Ji did not want Mahabharat battle to be fought, and he went thrice as a peace messenger. He tried to make Kauravas and Pandavas understand that you should not fight. You do distribution of rule with some compromise by doing plus minus. This throne will remain here. If there will be war, you all will die. Then who will rule? By souls, but they did not agree, and the battle's trumpet blew. Army was standing face to face. Now Arjun looked in front, that are uncles, brothers, cousins and their children who are close to heart, whom they held to their chests. They had affection with each other, with the children of their family. The same children are standing with rods in hand. On this side, their children are standing with rods in hand. They are standing holding weapons, are ready to kill. Then a righteous feeling aroused in Arjun's mind. For whom to fight? Should we rule by killing our uncles, brothers? No one is low like us. He was filled with guilty. He did not want war. There Kal saw that Krishna will also say, good Arjun, it is wonderful. Whenever good senses prevail, it is good. But this Kal entered Sri Krishna Ji's body at that time, and he suppressed Sri Krishna Ji's soul. Like you see here, what all nuisance a ghost speaks after entering and suppresses that soul. Every day you observe here, automatically God is giving this example. When that ghost soul exits after speaking, and when the original soul comes into consciousness, after that the soul does not know, others only tell him, you spoke like this, you said this, like this. Kal entered Sri Krishna Ji and gave the knowledge of Gita, of Vedas, but he showed his huge form as a trick to start the battle, seeing which a warrior like Arjun also shivered. Fearful, Sri Arjun accepted war, thinking that if I will not fight the battle and he wants war, And if he will show his huge form again, then I will have a heart attack. Therefore, thinking it to be the wish of that god, he agreed to fight. So here, this concept we will clear. How does he enter? How are his deeds superhuman? Look, Sri Vishnu Puran. This has been published from Gita Press, Gorakhpur. Translator is Munilal Gupta. Publisher and printer is Gita Press, Gorakhpur, Govind Bhavan Office, Institute of Kolkata. Look at this. Fourth part, chapter number 2, on page number 233. See this verse number from here, verse number 22. Till here we will read. Aforetime, in Treta Yuga era, once a fierce battle was fought between gods and demons. Deities and demons had a fight. Powerful gods were defeated by demons and they worshipped Lord Vishnu. Now, like this, he deceives. He says, I will not appear in front of anyone in my actual form. I remain hidden. These deities were adoring Vishnu, were worshipping him, and this Kal appeared taking Vishnu's form. Then the omnipotent protector of the whole world, Sri Narayana, pleased with deities, said, I have come to know your intention. Listen, this for the same. Princely sage Shasad's son named Puranjay, I will myself enter the body of that superior warrior for some time, means entering as a ghost. I will destroy all those devils. Therefore you prepare Puranjay for killing the demons, means make Puranjay stand for the war in the battlefield. After entering inside him, I will kill all these devils. Pious souls, this is the true spiritual knowledge. This exists in our holy scriptures. God Kabirji, who came in Kashi to play the role of a weaver and also played the role of an enlightened saint, he had told this 600 years ago, about which our sacred scriptures are providing support today, about gods, that Sachidanand Ghan Brahm speech, Kabir's speech. Now in this, it is proved that Kal is saying, I will enter in Shasad's son Puranjay like a ghost. You prepare him for war and make him stand there, and you also stand there. Deities and demons stand face to face, and then I will enter his body in Puranjay's body and kill the demons. The same he did.
निरंजन धन तेरा दरबार निरंजन धन तेरा दरबार जहाँ पर तनिक ना न्याय विचार पाखंडी की पूजा जग में संत को कहें लबाड़ पाखंडी की पूजा जग में संत को कहें लबाड़ अज्ञानी को परम विवेकी ज्ञानी को मूड गंवार निरंजन धन तेरा दरबार निरंजन धन तेरा दरबार जहाँ पर तनिक न न्याय विचार कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो यहाँ सब उल्टा व्यवहार सच्चों को तो ये झूठा बतावें इन झूठों का एतबार निरंजन धन तेरा दरबार निरंजन धन तेरा दरबार जहाँ पर तनिक ना न्याय विचार।
Hello, I am Sonia. You are watching the program Discussion of Spiritual Knowledge. Let us start with program and know the views of Jagadguru Tattvadarshi Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj versus the views of respected Saint Mahamantleshwar Swami Gyananand Ji. Maharaj Ji, who is your respected deity?
Our respected deity is protagonist of infinite universe, Guru of whole world, God Shri Krishna. God Shri Krishna is the complete incarnation. Krishnastu God himself. God is Shri Krishna.
Guruji, is Shri Krishna Ji Lord Vishnu's incarnation?
As far as it is about Krishna Ji and God Vishnu, if we consider God Vishnu in Narayan form, then there God Krishna is the incarnation of Narayan. In that form, there is uniformity. There is no known difference in the two.
Your Majesty, I would like to know if Brahma Ji, Vishnu Ji, Mahesh Ji take birth and die also.
We cannot use the words like birth and death, but this is certain that their age is for sure somewhat limited. When we take him in Trinity, then somewhere their age has a limit. Brahmaji comes in every era, in every creation of the universe. He creates, and during every destruction, these deities merge in the vast divine God. Therefore, birth and death words are inappropriate. Heaven and the situation of uniformity after that to merge in that divine God does happen.
Your Majesty, we have heard that Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh also worship someone else.
Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh manage the universe, or in other words, they are the doer, sustainer and destroyer. They are themselves, and because God is root, therefore Brahma, Vishnu and Shiv also worship that God.
Yes, for sure. Your Majesty, we would like to know from you that in Gita Ji chapter 7 verse 18, why is the orator of God terming his worship to be inferior?
If you look at Gita Ji chapter 7 verse 18, if you look in depth, then it is a great inspiration. God in the 18th verse says, Udara sarve vite Jnanitvatme ve matam astita sai yuktama mam ev anuttama gatim. In this verse, God says, all my devotees are generous. All devotees are good. These wise are just like my soul. They are one with me. But further it is said, astita sahe yuktama mamem uttamam gatim. Here the word anuttamam gatim, because a wise man is one form to God. What God is, I am. God says, who attains that salvation? Attains a status similar to no other and to which no other salvation is superior. Here the word anuttamam gatim means worship of the anuttam is used for the state which is the main objective of every living soul. Highest objective is the supreme goal of every soul, achieving which nothing else remains to be attained. This is Gita's divinity, which God has inspired to attain through this verse and has said that there is no other achievement like that.
One question that I would like to know from you is, in Gita Ji chapter 18 verse 62, Gita orator God is advising Arjun to go in the refuge of which other God for the attainment of complete salvation? Who is that God?
Regarding Srimad Bhagavad Gita, this is a very mysterious question. And this verse is very important verse of Gita. Tamev sharanam gach sarva bhaven bharat tat prasadat param shantim shantam prapsyasi shashvatam. Chapter 62 verse 62 that you have mentioned, that discussion is for this verse. Tam, you go into the refuge of that God from whom, with whose grace you will attain eternal peace and salvation. In fact, There is no other God. Earlier also, in response to one question, I replied that Krishnastu God himself is Krishna himself, the complete God, is complete Brahm.
These were Swami Gyananand Ji's views.
Let us know the views of respected ISKCON's Chief Mahamandas Ji.
Who is your respected deity?
Our respected deity is God Sri Krishna. We have been worshipping him for innumerable births so that his grace befall on all of us at the end time. When it is time to leave our body, thus singing God's glory, remembering him, we shall enter his abode and get the ultimate salvation. Hare Krishna.
I would like to know that is Sri Krishna Lord Vishnu's form. Is this true?
It is like if you read the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, then you will know that Krishnastu is God himself. There is no difference in Vishnu and Krishna. Only one difference, that is, if a person is in office and at his home. When he goes to the office, he dressed up well, dresses very nicely. When he is at home, there is no formality. So Shri Krishna's form is his original form, sitting in his house. When he does the preservation duties, he appears in Vishnu's form, wearing the crown and holding the Sudarshan Chakra. He goes like this.
Your Highness, I would like to know if Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh also die.
All these are specific idols. The Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar. Brahma dies, he has a specific lifetime.
You mean to say that God, be it Brahma Ji, Vishnu Ji or Mahesh Ji, their death is possible?
No.
Vishnu does not die, and Shankar is also immortal. The one who represents Brahma amongst these three qualities, his tenure according to the Shastras is fixed.
Do Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh also worship some other respected deity?
All these three gods worship Shri Krishna.
Guruji, in Gita Ji chapter 7 verse 18, why is the Gita orator calling his own worship to be inferior?
Here, Anuttam Gatim has been said. In earlier verses, God has said that Chaturvida bhajanti mam jana sukrita arjuna art jigyasu artharti jnani cha bhartarsabha. 4 types of people worship me. God says that our devotees are the most superior, but also those who are wise, who know the ultimate knowledge, they know this knowledge of Gita. For them, God says that I consider them one with me, and they will definitely get Anuttama Gati, which means they will attain my abode.
I would like to know from you that in Gita Ji chapter 18 verse 2, Gita orator God is advising Arjun to go in the refuge of which other God for the attainment of complete salvation? Who is that God?
Apart from Krishna, there is no other God. Of that supreme God means Shri Krishna, means my worship you should do from your heart, inside from your heart.
These were respected ISKCON's Chief Mahamandas Ji's views. Come, let us know the views of Jagat Guru Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj.
दंडवतम गोविंद गुरु बंधु अविजन सोए पहले भये प्रणाम तिन नमो जो आगे होए.
These Krishna's devotees, these fake teachers, worshippers of Krishna Ji, are confusing the society. They say Krishna is the source, Sri Krishna is everything, he is the ultimate element, the eternal element. And then a question is asked from them that are Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh mortal? We cannot say about the birth and death of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, but after heaven they merge in the complete God, and after heaven they again come back. Then the question is asked, whom do Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh worship? They say, they worship that complete God. Well, when Vishnu worships the complete God, then how can he be the protagonist of infinite universes? And they talk rubbish in chapter 4, verse number 34. They are talking nonsense that Krishna is the element, is God, Krishna is eternal, element is eternal. God says, Shartalua Bai Bakda. They talk nonsense, they do not have any knowledge. They are confusing and ruining the whole human society. In Gita Ji chapter number 7 verse number 18, the knowledge giver of Gita calls his worship, his attainment to be inferior. Therefore, in Gita Ji chapter number 15 verse number 1 to 4, 16, 17, and in chapter number 18 verse 62, the knowledge giver of Gita advised to worship some other god and is saying that by his worship only you will attain the ultimate salvation. Someone asked a question to Sri Krishna's devotee that in Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ji chapter number 18 verse number 62, the knowledge giver of Gita is asking to go in refuge of which another god other than him. What does he answer? That Krishna is telling about himself. In his refuge only he is asking to come. Do they have knowledge? In Srimad Bhagavad Gita chapter number 2 verse number 7, Arjun is saying that I am in your refuge and your disciple. You tell me correct knowledge, my mind is not working. So Arjun was already in Sri Krishna Ji's refuge. Now they say, come in my refuge, about his own refuge. No, these are three gods, Kshar Purush, Akshar Purush, Paramakshar Purush. Pious souls, in Gita Ji chapter number 8, verse number 1, Arjun asked God, what you said in Gita Ji chapter number 7 verse number 29, that those who have found an enlightened saint have understood the entire spiritual knowledge, is familiar with karma and familiar with that Tat Brahm or Supreme God, then he makes efforts to get liberated from old age and death for the salvation only. He does not demand anything in this world. He knows that Tat Brahm. So in Gita Ji chapter number 8 verse number 1, Arjun asked, Kim Tat Brahm? Who is that Tat Brahm, knowing whom the seeker does not demand anything, he only desires salvation from birth and death. So, who is that Tat Brahm? Now the knowledge giver of Gita answers it in chapter 8 verse 3 that he is Paramakshar Brahm. He is Param Akshar Brahm. He is different from the knowledge giver of Gita. Now, one is Kshar Purush, one is Akshar Purush, one is Paramakshar Purush. These are three gods. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 15, verse number 1 till 4, and verse 16 and 17, the knowledge that is given to understand that, look at this world-like tree picture. It will be easily understood then. Consider this world-like upside-down hanging tree. God had told that Akshar Purush is a tree. And consider Akshar Purush as its branch. Consider this Kal, consider Kal Brahm. Call him whatever. These are his synonyms. Kshar Brahm means Kshar Purush. Kal Brahm, he is also called Brahm, Kshar Purush, Kshar Purush. Consider this the branch of this world-like tree and three gods, Rajgun Brahmaji, Satgun Vishnuji, Tamgun Shivji. These are the branches and we are the leaves form world. Now, to understand this entire context, who is hidden? Who is this root? He is Paramakshar Brahm. Call him Paramakshar Purush, Paramakshar Brahm, or the complete Brahm God or Paramakshar Brahm. Gita Ji chapter number 15, verse number 16 and 17 has made this concept absolutely clear that there are three gods. One is Paramakshar Brahm, you call Paramakshar Purush, call Paramakshar Brahm. This is the root of the entire world-like tree. From here only, everyone is created and from here only everyone gets nourishment. He does everyone's nurturing. Then the trunk which is visible outside the ground is called Akshar Purush. He is also called Parbrahm or Akshar Purush. Then there is one branch that is Kshar Purush. This is Brahm, who is speaking Gita and three gods, Rajgun Brahma, Satgun Vishnu, Tamgun Shivji. These are the branches and were leaves like world. Now Rajgun is Brahma, Satgun is Vishnu, Tamgun is Shivji. Here this concept also needs to be cleared, then only this knowledge will accommodate in our heart this true spiritual knowledge, because we have heard folklore, we have heard legends so far, we have read incorrect translation of Gita ji. Look at this, Markandeya Puran, with pictures, bold print, only Hindi. This has been published by Gita Press Gorakhpur, and they are its publisher and printer are Gita Press Gorakhpur. On its 123rd page, you see in this way, there are 3 stages: the self-proclaimed divine God, Rajgun dominated Brahma, Tamgun dominated Rudra, and Satgun dominated world preserver is Vishnu ji. These are 3 gods and these are 3 qualities. This is clear. See more, Srimad Devi Bhagavad. Along with Hindi translation, Part 1, Shri Ath Devi Bhagavatam Sabhashtikam Samahatmayam. Khemraj Sri Krishnadas Publication, Bombay 4. Look at this. Ath Srimad Devi Bhagavate, including Sanskrit language, 3rd part starts, see here, on 11th page, chapter 5, 3rd part, its 8th verse. O mother, God Shankar is saying, Shivji, O mother, if you are always kind on us, then why did you make me in Tamogun? Why did you equip Brahma with Rajogun and Vishnu with Satogun? See again. Now, we will read Sanskrit here. The 7th ends, 8th starts, Yadi daya dharmana na sadambike katham ahem vihitacha. God Shankar is saying, how did you make me Tamogun? Tamogun. Kamal Jayach originated from Lotus Brahmaji Rajogun Sambhava. Why did you make him Rajogun? Suvita Kimu Sattva Gun Harihi. And how did you make Vishnu ji? Satgun. Hence proved Rajgun Brahma, Satgun Vishnu, Tamgun Shivji. And in Markandeya Puran, you have heard that these 3 are gods, you yourself read, and these are 3 qualities, Rajgun Brahma, Satgun Vishnu, Tamgun Shivji. Now, it will be very easy to understand Srimad Bhagavad Gita ji, chapter number 15, verse number 1 till 4. Look at this. Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Jai Dayal Gonka is its translator. It has been published from Gita Press Gorakhpur. Chapter number 15, verse number 1. The Eternal Man. God form, the original one. Urdhav Moolam Adhay Shakham Ashvatham Prahu Avyayam. Chandasi Yasya Pranani Yatam Ved Sahvit. Upside is root, Adhay Shakham, below is the branch, this world-like immortal people tree, and Chandasi Yas Pranani, upwards are the roots, branches and leaves, etc., and other parts, divisions. Yatam Ved, one who knows this, Sah Vedvit, he is an enlightened saint. See this. The eternal man, God form, the original one. Adhay Shakham, here they have done wrong translation, this is wrong. This Adhay should mean below. Look here in chapter 15, verse 2, Adhay means below. They have done correct. Adhay means below, so here also Adhay means below. Adhay Shakham in first verse. Adhay means below, are branches. The eternal man, God form, the original one, Adhay means below, branches of this world-like people tree is called immortal. Ved are called its leaves. One who knows this world-like tree, that man, that person who can tell from the roots to leaves, Sah Vedvit, he knows the meaning of Vedas. He is an enlightened saint. Now, in second it is said, of that Rajgun Brahma, Satgun Vishnu, Tamgun Shivji are 3 branches of the world-like tree. Vishay Pravala, branch that causes disorder in humans, these 3 are the branches. They are spread above and below, not everywhere. It is wrong translation. Urdhav means spread upwards on earth. These three binds everyone according to the deeds. These are three, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. They provide all according to their destiny. They spread below and upwards, below and upward in heaven, below in the netherworld, and on the earth. Spread in three regions. What is said in third? The division and parts of this world-like tree cannot be thought of. It means that I will not be able to explain in your and my discussion that is in this Gita Ji's discussion. I will not be able to tell. I cannot tell all divisions of this world-like tree. Therefore, in Gita Ji chapter number 4 verse 34 it is said that enlightened saint will tell, neither is its origin nor is its end and nor it has a good situation. Therefore, this Suvirudha Moolam means with a strong root. They have done incorrect translation. Origin means the complete God and his region is eternal, that is never destroyed. Therefore, this world-like people tree is told to have a very strong origin. Asankhya Shastrain, cutting by the detachment form weapon. No, correct meaning is by cutting with correct spiritual knowledge, form weapon, means by understanding knowledge after finding an enlightened saint. Now fourth verse of 15th chapter. After that, one should search that Almighty God, attaining whom the soul does not come back to this world, and the God from whom this ancient tree-like world has formed. I am also in the refuge of the same Almighty God. In this way we should remember and continuously worship that God with firm determination. By souls, this is clear that the knowledge giver of Gita also does not have complete knowledge. He left after explaining that upwards are the roots, below are three quality form branches, and in Gita Ji chapter number 4 verse number 34 it is told that an enlightened saint will tell that spiritual knowledge. The knowledge giver of Gita does not know that knowledge. So to explain it, the Almighty God had himself come 600 years ago from today and told that
अक्षर पुरुष एक पेड़ है, निरंजन वा की डार और तीनों देवा शाखा है, ये पात रूप संसार.
Now in this it is also made clear, the knowledge giver of Gita says that after the enlightened saint is found, after understanding this complicated knot, the ultimate Almighty God should be searched, going where no one comes back in this world. Their birth and death never happen. That is complete salvation. And the enlightened saint will tell about that God who is different from the knowledge giver of Gita. So pious souls, hence the knowledge giver of Gita in Gita Ji chapter number 7 verse number 18 tells his worship to be anuttamam, tells it to be inferior and absolute waste, because he says my and my seeker's birth and death will remain. Seeker can reach Brahmalok by chanting my Om mantra, but creatures attaining Brahmalok again come back in this birth and death. Therefore the knowledge giver of Gita, Brahma, is speaking in Sri Krishna's body and himself saying that my worship is inferior, it is useless, it is inferior. Therefore, in Gita Ji chapter number 15 verse number 1 till 4 it is said that the ultimate divine God should be searched, attaining whom the seeker never comes back. Their birth and death do not happen. Complete salvation is attained. With complete and true devotion, worship him only, the knowledge giver of Gita tells. Now in Gita Ji, chapter number 15, verse number 16 and 17, information is given about all three lords, means gods, Kshar Purush, Akshar Purush and Paramakshar Purush. The answer to the question in Gita Ji chapter number 8, verse number 1 is given in verse number 3 by knowledge giver of Gita. Arjun asked, Kim Tat Brahm? The knowledge giver of Gita tells he is Paramakshar Brahm. Now he himself is Kshar Purush. Consider the trunk as Akshar Purush. From the trunk is this one thick branch, he is Kshar Purush. Further, there are three qualities, form branches, Rajgun Brahma, Satgun Vishnu, Tamgun Shivji, and the superior God is that Paramakshar Brahma, from whom everyone is nurtured. In Gita Ji chapter number 15, verse number 16 and 17, information is given about three lords, three gods. Look, this is chapter number 15, verse number 16 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Dva vimau purushau loke kshar sha kshar evacha ksharaha sarvani bhutani katustho akshara uchyate. In this earth region, the 7 quadrillion universes of Akshar Purush and 21 universes of Kshar Purush. Before this, I will show you a picture. See, this is one universe. Let's see the arrangement in this. Look below are 7 regions, Patal, etc. These are 7 regions, and this is the earth's. This is Shivji's region, this is Brahmaji's region, this is Vishnuji's region, this is heaven and hell area, this is Dharamrai's region, this is one Mansarovar lake here, and this is that Brahmalok. This much is Brahmalok. Those who worship Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh come to this common heaven, this heaven region, and their downfall happens very soon. Those who worship Brahm Kshar Purush reach here in this Brahmalok. Here he has made 3 fake areas, Great Indra's island, duplicate Satlok and duplicate Alakhlok, duplicate Agamlok and duplicate Anamilok. All this area is called Brahmalok, this much. Look at this, he has made 3 secret places. In one place he himself lives, acquiring Brahmaji's form, and Durga is his wife. He keeps her in Savitri form. This is Rajagun dominated region. This is a Satagun dominated region in which he himself resides, acquiring Vishnu form, and keeps Durga in Lakshmi form till they reside in this area. The son who is born here, they keep his name Vishnu. He automatically has Satgun qualities. And when he lives in Brahma form in the Rajagun dominated region, the son who is born by their union, he is born of the same appearance and automatically has Rajagun qualities. And this Kal, this Kshar Purush, resides here in the 3rd Tamogun dominated area. He keeps Durga in the Parvati form. He himself resides in this attire. The son who is born with the union of both automatically has Tamogun qualities, and they keep his name as Shiv. The son born with Satagun qualities, they name him as Vishnu, and the one who is born in this region, they keep his name Brahma. He gets equipped with Rajagun qualities. So this is one universe. All this, it is one universe, and this Kal, Kshar Purush, is the lord of such 21 universes. See this. These are Kal's 21 universes. He is also called Kshar Purush. Now the one universe which you had just seen, consider that has now become one ball. Kal has made one group of 5 universes. Like this, he then has made 4 great universes and has withheld 21 universes in them. And in this 21st universe, he has made his capital. In this way, he is the lord of 21 universes, and Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh Ji are the lords of only one department each in these 3 regions. This netherworld, this earth and heaven of Rajagun department is Brahma Ji, of Satogun department is Vishnu Ji, and of Tamogun department is Shiv Ji. They are the lords in only one universe in these 3 regions of one department each. That's all. And such 21 universes are of this Kal. Now you have become familiar with the situation of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. You will understand from this about the Lord of infinite universes and the complete world. Look at this 3 gods, Kshar Purush, Akshar Purush and Paramakshar Purush. These are 21 universes which you had seen just now. They have come to this position. This is Kshar Purush, Kal Brahm's 21 universes. And these are 7 quadrillion universes, 7 quadrillion universes of Akshar Purush or Par Brahm or called Akshar Purush. Now, who is the Lord of all these universes, the owner of entire infinite universes, on these also, on all of them, he is Paramakshar Brahm, Kabir Dev. This is Paramakshar Brahm, he is the Lord of all, he is Paramakshar Brahm. See this whole, now we can know about these three gods. This is Akshar Purush, this much boundaries of Akshar Purush, this is of Akshar Purush, and this is of Paramakshar Purush, means complete God. Pious souls, this is spiritual knowledge, and this is the knowledge of Gita. Till now they were telling us folklore. They do not know ABC of Gita Ji's knowledge. Just now it is made clear, three gods are mentioned in chapter 15, verse 16 and 17. One is Akshar Purush, he is the Lord of 21 universes. This is Kal, who is narrating Gita after entering Sri Krishna Ji's body. And Akshar Purush, he is Parabrahm, who is the owner of 7 quadrillion universes. And third is Paramakshar Brahm. Uttam Purusha tu Anya Paramatma iti udharta hai. Look at this, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 15, verse number 16-17. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 15, verse number 16. Dvau imau purushau loke ksharah cha aksharah ev cha. Ksharah sarvani bhutani kutasthah aksharah uchyate. Means two gods are famous in this mortal world. One is Akshar Purush and one is Akshar Purush. Akshar Purush is the trunk, Akshar Purush is the main branch of the tree, form world. Dvau imau purushau loke ksharah cha aksharah eva cha. These two, Akshar Purush and Akshar Purush, these are two gods in their regions. Their body and the body of all creatures in these regions is mortal. All creatures are mortal and the soul of everyone is immortal. Now see, chapter number 15, verse number 16, I will read their translation itself. In this world, mortal and immortal, these are two types of God, two types of lords. The body of all creatures is mortal, and the soul is said to be immortal. Now in 17th, what is said? Uttam Purusha tu Anya hai. Uttam Purusha tu Anya hai, Paramatma iti udharta hai, yah lok trayam avishya vibharti avyayah ishwarah. Uttam Purush means superior God, Almighty God is some other, someone other than this Akshar Purush and Akshar Purush. Chapter 15, verse 17th has made it clear, and he is called God. He is called the Supreme God, Yeh Lok Trim Avishya Vibharti, who nurtures everyone after entering all three regions. He is Avyayah Ishwaraha, that is eternal God. By souls, this has been clear that there is some other supreme power apart from the knowledge giver of Gita. This is Paramakshar Brahm, who nurtures everyone after entering all three regions. That original means root of the upside down hanging world like tree, the roots which are above, that is the supreme soul, and only he is worthy to be worshipped. Only he should be worshipped. Now see this picture again. Easily this will be understood. See this whole world like tree. Urdhav moolam adha shakham. Upward is the root, the original God form root, and below are three qualities form branches. The knowledge giver of Gita has told this much only. Upward is the root, consider that the complete God, and below are three qualities form branches. For rest parts, he says he does not have the complete knowledge. I do not have the information. And an enlightened saint will tell in Gita Ji chapter 15 verse 1, it is said that one who can tell all departments of world form tree, all divisions, sah vedvit, he is the enlightened saint. God Kabir Ji himself came 600 years ago and told us, Kabir Akshar Purush ek ped hai. Niranjan, this Akshar Purush, he is also called Kal Niranjan. This Kal Niranjan, Vakidar or Tino Deva Shakha hai, Path Roop Sansar. God had given us this knowledge 600 years ago, based on which this Gita Ji can be well understood, and pious Gita Ji also has proved this, that there are three gods, Akshar Purush, this Akshar Purush, this Paramakshar Purush, this is Paramakshar Brahma. Now pious souls, the context is that the knowledge giver of Gita is this Brahma. He is different from Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. This Krishna is not giving Gita's knowledge, Kal Brahm is giving after entering in Sri Krishna's body. And he only acquires Vishnu's form, at times acquires Shiv's form, and at times acquires Brahma's form. And the people get misled, the seekers, that this Satogun Vishnu is the complete God, but it was Kal. Now see, I will give one more evidence from Vishnu Puran, Sri Vishnu Puran, published from Gita Press, Gorakhpur. In its first part, chapter number 22, and on page number 102 of Sri Vishnu Puran, and 58th verse has made it clear in first part, chapter 22 and verse 58. O Brahman, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiv are Brahm's principal powers. Below them are other deities. Means Brahm is different from Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv. He is Kal, he is the father of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Like in Gita Ji chapter number 8, verse number 13, the knowledge giver of Gita after entering Sri Krishna's body is speaking, Om iti ekaksharam Brahma vyaharam mam anusamran ya prayati tajam deham sayati paramam gatim. Of me, Brahm, there is one Om mantra, nothing else. This is one mantra Om, and one who worships by chanting it, Yah prayati tajam deham sayati paramam gatim, the benefits that he will attain by chanting Om is that he will reach Brahmalok. In Gita Ji, chapter number 4, verse 16, it is made clear that even after the attainment of Brahmalok, all creatures come in birth and death cycle are in recurrence. Therefore, the knowledge giver of Gita Ji in Gita Ji chapter number 7 verse 18 calls even the final benefit that can be received from him to be inferior. Hence, in Gita Ji chapter number 15 verse number 1 till 4, 16, 17, and in chapter number 18 verse number 62, the knowledge giver of Gita is insisting to worship some other god and is saying with his worship only you will have the ultimate benefit, complete salvation, then birth and death will never happen. Now Arjun has asked a question to the knowledge giver of Gita in chapter 8 verse 1, that in Gita Ji chapter 7 verse 29 you had said that after knowing that Tat Brahm, after knowing the complete spiritual knowledge and getting familiar with all the deeds, then the creature only makes efforts to get relieved from old age and death. So, in chapter 8 verse 1, Arjun asked, Kim Tat Brahm? Its answer is given in verse number 3 by the knowledge giver of Gita that he is Paramakshar Brahm. He is the root God, and with his worship only birth and death will never happen again. Now in Gita Ji chapter number 8 verse number 5 and 7, the knowledge giver of Gita talks about his own worship, that do my meditation, worship me and you will attain me, fight, and if you want to remain in my refuge, then Om is my mantra, worship me. Then in Gita Ji chapter number 8 verse number 8, 9, 10, it is told about the worship of that Paramakshar Brahm, that he is to be worshipped. He is that Paramakshar Brahm, he is divine God. The creature who worships him attains that God. And what is his mantra? In Gita Ji chapter number 17 verse number 23 it is said, Om Tat Sat Iti Nirdeshah Brahmane Trividha Smritaha. Brahmane means of Sachidanand Ghan Brahm. Trividha means chanting by 3 ways. This Om Tat Sat, the instruction is for chanting these 3 mantras. Instruction means nothing else. There is no other mantra. Now here Om is the mantra of Brahma Akshar Purush. This is understood. He had made it clear. And this Tat, this is of Akshar Purush. And Sat, this is of Paramakshar Purush, Paramakshar Brahm. This Tat is secret. It is just indicative, and Sat is also indicative. Om is clear. Therefore, the knowledge giver of Gita has left the option in chapter 4 verse 34 for that knowledge which is mentioned in chapter 4 verse 32, Brahmane Mukti, uttered from the mouth of Sachidanand Ghan Brahm. That knowledge God came and spoke himself, the knowledge which is in Kabir's speech, That knowledge you go and understand from the enlightened saint. That enlightened saint will tell you knowledge about that divine element God. So chant of these three mantras, the code words, except Om, this Tat and Sat are the code words. These are secret indicative words. The servant will tell. Apart from this servant, no one has this secret. In these 21 universes today, God Kabir Dev, the complete God Paramakshar Brahma, has provided this knowledge and these mantras to this slave. So here it is told that by worshipping that Paramakshar Brahma, salvation will be attained and then birth and death will never happen. The instruction is to chant his three mantras to attain him. This mantra is for his attainment. This means he will be attained by it. Om is the mantra of Brahm and Tat is indicative. This mantra is of Akshar Purush, means Akshar Brahm, and Sat, this is also indicative. This is of Paramakshar Brahm, Paramakshar Purush. These are worshipped in three different ways. Trividha Smritaha, in three ways this is chanted. Now we will understand Srimad Bhagavad Gita. God has said,
गुण तीनों की भक्ति में ये भूल पड़ो संसारे, कहे कबीर निज नाम बिना कैसे उतरो पार। तीन देव की जो करते भक्ति, उनकी कदे न होवे मुक्ति।
those who worship these three gods, Sri Brahma Ji, Sri Vishnu Ji, Sri Shiv Ji, they never get salvation. They themselves are mortal, their birth and death happen. From Gita Press, Gorakhpur, this has been published. Editor is Hanuman Prasad Poddar, Chiman Lal Goswami. Publisher and printer is Gita Press, Gorakhpur, Govind Bhavan Office, Institute of Kolkata. On page number 123, God Vishnu is worshipping his mother Durga. You are a pure figure. This whole world is arising from you only. I, Brahma and Shankar, we all exist by your grace only. Our Avirbhav means birth and Tirobhav means death happen. Our birth and death happen. Now we will prove these words of God.
गुण तीनों की भक्ति में ये भरम पड़ो संसारे, कहे कबीर निज नाम बिना तुम कैसे उतरो पार। तीन देव की जो करते भक्ति, उनकी कदे ना होवे मुक्ति।
These three deities are Rajguna Brahma, Satguna Vishnu, Tamguna Shivji. First, we will read Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. It has been published from Gita Press, Gorakhpur. We will read its chapter number 7. In this chapter number 7, a wonder has been done by the knowledge giver of Gita, Kal. This starts from here, At Saptamo, chapter 7. He says, O Parth, with deep love and devoted mind, by surrendering unto me, engaged in worship in a way with greatness, force and splendor, equipped with qualities, when you will know me without any doubt, this Samagram Mam, Samagraha means in complete way, by all means, when you will know me without any doubt, I will tell you such knowledge. Listen. For you, now this is the second verse of chapter 7. For you, I will reveal spiritual knowledge to you completely, knowing which nothing else remains to be known in this world. I will tell you such a knowledge, knowing that nothing else remains to be known. Now, see this. We come to chapter number 7, verse number 12. The knowledge giver of Gita says, emotions that arise from Satguna and the emotions that arise from Rajguna and Tamoguna, consider all that arising from me only. But in reality, in them I and they are not in me. Now we will understand that knowledge about which the knowledge giver of Gita says, knowing that nothing else remains to be known in this world. Today I will tell you that. Now read again this chapter number 7. We have come to Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is chapter 7 and we will start from the same verse number 12. Now easily this will be understood. This is verse 12. Emotions arising from Satogun. Satogun means preservation from Vishnu, and from Rajgun and Tamogun. From Rajogun creation, from Tamogun destruction. These emotions consider all those happening from me only. Because Kal, their father, has to eat 1,00,000 human body, for that he has equipped his 3 sons with 1 power each. He himself remains far from them. He never comes in front of anyone. We have read the 12th verse. Now we will read the 13th. Gita Ji, chapter number 7, verse 13. See, because of the act of qualities Satvik, Rajas and Tamas, with these 3 types of qualities, this whole world, the creatures are getting fascinated. Beyond these 3 qualities, beyond Rajgun Brahma, Satgun Vishnu, Tamgun Shivji, they do not know me. This Kal is saying about himself that they do not know me, the Eternal. They are confined to Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. This is what he means. Now in 14th verse, what is said? That this superhuman means amazing. My Trigunamayi Maya is incurable. This trap created by Rajgun Brahma, Satgun Vishnu, Tamgun Shivji has been said to be very dangerous, and those men who continuously worship me break free from this trap. Means the worshipper of Brahma gets more benefit than Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. He says those who worship Brahma by leaving the worship of Rajgun, Brahma, Satgun, Vishnu, Tamgun, Shivji, if they worship me, they get more benefits and they go to Brahmalok. Now in the 15th he has done wonders. In chapter 7 verse 15 he has done wonders. By these powers, Rajgun Brahma, Satgun Vishnu, Tamgun Shivji, by Trigunamayi Maya, those whose wisdom has been stolen, those who are not ready to listen above these Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, they do not want to worship above them. They have demonic nature, are lowest amongst men, evil doers, foolish people. They do not even worship me. With this, it is also proved about the worship of the 3 gods. Therefore, Kal says, whose understanding has been ruined, wisdom has been stolen by these 3 qualities. They are not ready to listen to anyone beyond them. They are ready to die and kill. It is said they are equipped with demonic nature, are lowest amongst men, evildoers, foolish people. This Brahm says they do not even worship me. Pious souls, God had given this knowledge 600 years ago. Those ignorant created a big conflict with God. They made us the enemy of our Father by misguiding us. Now with this it has been made clear. 4 titles have been given to the worshippers of Sri Brahma, Rajgun, Sri Vishnu, Satgun and Sri Shiv, Tamogun, equipped with demonic nature, the lowest amongst men, evildoers, foolish people. Now, pious souls, today the holy scriptures that we respect are calling our worship bad, which was inculcated within us, was imposed on us by fake gurus, and the Almighty God used to come and tell us
कि गुण तीनों की भक्ति में भूल पड़ो संसार और कह कबीर निज नाम बिना तुम कैसे उतरो पार। तीन देव की जो करते भक्ति उनकी कदे न हो मुक्ति।